Have you ever wanted to create, conceptualize, make, be a content creator, write a book, just anything on YouTube or whatever platform? Consider this your sign from God to start. I need you to get a pen, get a paper, sit down after listening to this video in full, sit down, meditate, and just conceptualize whatever it is that idea that God has planted in your heart. This video is a sign to those who are believers particularly that we need your voice. We need that voice that you think it's not worthy, that face that you think is not good enough, that video that you think is not edited enough, that phone that you think is not good enough to create the content. Whatever it is, consider this your sign to go for it. We want to hear your voice. We want to hear your story. We want to hear what you have to say. Your opinion is valid. I started YouTube at one of the most trying times of my life. I had just lost my mom, my dad, and my oldest brother in a space of 4 years. It was a tragic time in my life, and someone suggested that as opposed to me, just being emotional and distraught, I should kind of think of a creative outlet to just pour out my emotions and just distract me from dealing with the day-to-day pain of the grief of my family. Consider that I'm from a close-knit family, so this was more difficult for me than the average person. And if you know anyone today who has ever lost someone close to them, I need you to reach out, because you really never know what people are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And YouTube was that outlet for me, and for that I'm forever grateful to YouTube. I know that there's the trend of what YouTube has taught me, how much I've made, and what I've learned with just 500 subscribers or a certain amount of subscribers. I have been on YouTube for 4 years, 6,000 subscribers, and I'm grateful to each and every one of you, especially you watching and listening to this video. But most importantly, I'm grateful to God for the platform, because it was a means of a creative outlet for me. As opposed to facing my grief, I was able to create content. I started out on YouTube with wobbly hands, my daughter recording my first video, having no clue what YouTube required, the concepts, the editing. I just went and I started as I was. And glory to God, we are not where we started, but where we're still moving and still keep going. However, I just say this to say, if you are listening to my voice, I know that there are certain people that their destiny and their content creation journey is tied to listening to and watching this video, because that is what God said to me. So I want you to go for it, because God is banking on you to follow through with that dream, that desire. Who says that people don't want to hear what you have to say? Who says that your story is not valid? Who says that your creativity is not worthy to be seen? You have all it takes, and no one will ever take your place. You are irreplaceable. YouTube is about you, your journey. I need to share whatever it is, your becoming story, whatever it is. Just start now. Clarity comes from doing. Keep doing, and then you get clarity. But only if you are certain without a shadow of doubt that God is speaking to you. You have a nudge in your heart to just create content. Please go for it. So I decided to share this part of me, unfiltered, no makeup, not the typical boisterous Kemi that you see on my YouTube channel, but just to kind of explain to you, know that I'm coming from a place where I'm originally a phlegmatic, melancholy person, and I'm a natural introvert, even though some people disagree with me. But I really am. And YouTube has been a platform that has led me to be. There's so many places, platforms that I've had the privilege to speak. And I know that if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't have had that privilege. It built my confidence. It brought me out, the real me, that I know that is where God is taking me to. It helped me to harness my talents that I didn't even know existed just from doing. I didn't care. One important thing was that I didn't care, because people that I cared to impress the most were no longer on this earth. So imagine you, when nobody else, that you don't care about anything else that anybody thinks about you. That is the channel that I need you to create. A channel that is just free and void of judgment. I need you to just go for it right now and create content like as if you don't care. There's not a care in the world. I created YouTube from a place where I felt my parents weren't here. nobody else's opinion really mattered to me as such. So I just went for it. I did it the way I was. I started small with my phone, a Samsung S6 or whatever it was at the time, 4 years ago, with no stand, because I didn't want to invest in anything because I wasn't sure if it was going to be a long-term thing. But one thing I know is that YouTube has definitely taught me so many things about myself, and I'm still becoming, and I'm still, figuring out layers of myself that is yet to figure out. But by the way, I just want to dedicate this video to you. If you're listening, this is Kemi, and I'm telling you to go for it right now. Don't procrastinate. Don't overthink it, because there's tendency that when you overthink it, you're not going to do it anyway. So don't overthink it. Don't let any of your thoughts cower you or cause you to cower or startle you or think that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough. Just go for it.